Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you quickly what I'm eating for breakfast today. I really want to, show you guys on a semi-regular basis what I'm eating as a vegan, because I think so many people have this misconception that being vegan is like almost impossible because there's like nothing to eat. Honestly, and I mean, I feel really bad for people who are gluten-free, but I actually found gluten-free to be way harder because the gluten-free options are not as good in my opinion. But when it comes to dairy substitutes and meat substitutes, it's getting amazing. Like, honestly, sometimes I'll eat it and I'm like, you really can't tell all that much. Like, when you're told, you're gonna like, oh yeah, because you're like super critical, but like if I didn't know, like honestly, like you wouldn't be able to tell. So I want to kind of show you guys like regularly what I'm eating, because it's really easy to eat really well. In fact, like since becoming vegan, I feel like the food I'm eating is actually better and tastier, and just like because I'm more conscious of what I'm eating, I am making better food and I am like putting more effort in and eating better stuff. Like, I didn't eat a lot of fruit before I became vegan, and like, oh my god, fruit is like the best thing ever. Like mangoes, oh my god. Anyway, so I wanted to show you this because I'm actually eating one of my favorite like vegan things. I don't eat a lot of it, but it's awesome and it's amazing. So I just wanted to show you. I'm not sponsored by anyone, so like even like Cuisinart or anything. I mean, that'd be cool. But so I want to talk about this Better Than cream cheese, and this is a dairy-free, so it's vegan, cream cheese, and honestly, you guys, it tastes like just as good as normal cream cheese. Like, and I actually had a different one the other day while I was in Portland with my friend, and that, I don't remember what it was called, but that one was even better than this one, and this one, you can't even tell. Now, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, like, if I didn't think this was a good substitute, I wouldn't tell you. I am like a tourist. I love my food. Like, I would not tell you guys something wasn't good if it wasn't, because honestly, I wouldn't be eating it myself. Now it says no cholesterol here. Where is it? No cholesterol, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the only cholesterol, bad cholesterol that you can get is from meat and dairy and eggs. Like, most people don't know that, and heart disease comes from cholesterol. And so if you stop eating meat and dairy, like your chance of heart disease goes like so down, it's like unreal. It's almost impossible to get it, and you can actually reverse heart disease. This is like mind-blowing. Like, go check out What the Health and Cowspiracy and Forks Over Knives. It will blow your mind whole. And so it's really amazing. So right here, I have a glorious mango. I mean, like, look how good this is. Like, oh, the mangoes this year have been so ripe and amazing. It's unreal. And then strawberries, and then, guys, bagels are vegan. How awesome is that? And then the vegan cream cheese, which is glorious. So I just wanted to show you this because it's amazing and good. I really want to show you guys that being vegan is as good, if not better, than eating a normal carnivore diet. So definitely go check out those documentaries. They're What the Health, Cowspiracy, and Forks Over Knives. And if you got a like good stomach, you can watch, Earthlings. I personally haven't seen Earthlings. I've seen enough of it. Well, I'm already vegan, so it's not a big deal. But Earthlings is the one about the animals, and that's like really hella intense. But if that interests you, check out Earthlings. But in my opinion, the ones that are amazing are What the Health, Cowspiracy, and Forks Over Knives. So definitely check those out. They're all on Netflix. I don't think Earthlings is, but the other three are, so definitely go check it out. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that, and I will be updating you on my foods and the things, going ahead. So much love. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, beautiful soul cupcakes. How are you? How are the people doing? Alright, so I am back in my chair. I had a very weird day yesterday. Weird is the wrong word. It was a magical day of weirdness and exciting new things and awesomeness. And I'm gonna put the camera down. Hold on. Hello, so today is kind of like a vlog slash like normal video, but I don't feel like putting as much like time and effort into it, so vlog. So I just wanted to briefly mention, it's not going to be brief if we know anything about me. So the day before yesterday, I met up with a client of mine who I actually found out, like, is friends of friends, and after doing a session, we were like, oh my gosh, we have to hang out. So we ended up hanging out at my, the director of my old shows. I'm still a little off today from yesterday, and I'll explain that. The director of my old theater performances art show, which was amazing, and it will either be up before or after this vlog goes up, but you guys will probably see what that show looked like. So, because it was molto bene. So we met up, it was really awesome, and we literally just talked, me and this guy I met, John Michael, we literally just talked and talked and talked, and we came back here after the art show, and we stayed up till like 3 in the morning, just talking about like all the amazingness, like sacred geometry and ancient cultures and energy, and it was amazing. So he ended up having to stay the night because, it was 3 in the morning, we were exhausted. So stayed the night. Next morning we went out to breakfast, we drove around some, and then we went for this really, really, really long walk down to the beach, and it was just awesome. And I want to do another video about soul family and like spirit tribe and Starseed family and all that stuff, and I think I'll probably do that more as like a normal video. So if you guys have questions about that, comment them down below and I will try to involve them in that, unless I film it before I put this up, which in that case, never mind. So we talked about this, but like halfway through the day, I started getting like really lightheaded and like really sort of, not out of it, because I did not feel well. Well, at first I thought I wasn't feeling well, but then I was like, oh, I'm just like kind of having a slight ego death, and just kind of like, woo, like kind of floating through the ethers a little bit, like while I was hanging out with him and Brooks, and we watched Doctor Who and we're hanging out, and I just was like getting, like my guides were like trying to channel through me, like they really wanted to talk to John Michael. And so I was kind of like holding off because I've never channeled for someone. Like I've only channeled, well, that's not true. Once I kind of accidentally channeled for my friend Erin, who was talking about this being, and so I like kind of channeled, but this was like before I actually started like channeling like officially, and it was like very brief. And so we ended up leaving Brooks's house and coming to my house, and once we got in the car, I was like basically channeling. Like I wasn't even really like fully all me. Like I was talking to him like as my guides, but also me. And then I was like, and he was gonna just drop me off. I was like, look, if you stay, you can talk to them. And he was like, oh, this like sounds really exciting. And so we came in the house, I sat down, and I just like fully channeled. Now this is the thing, I've only channeled on camera, so it's only been like what they wanted to come through. But this was the first time I was having questions asked, which I was a little nervous about, because of course, you know, you're like, oh god, like how am I gonna do this? But like I was just like, you know what, they're coming through so strongly, I'm just gonna trust that like this is what's supposed to happen. So we ended up sitting there probably for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and he just asked a bunch of questions. Like it was a very personal channeling. It was about him and like what he's doing on the planet and all that, and it was absolutely amazing. I don't remember a lot of it, obviously we didn't film it, but the channeling was so much more free and flowing. It was so amazing. Like I'm really excited, because I think I'm going to be adding this to my repertoire of things that I'm going to be doing for people. I think I'm only going to do it in person, just because I think doing it over Skype would be difficult, because I've noticed that even though it's not a lot, when there is technology around, things don't flow quite as much. Like electronics interfere with energy. So I think for now I would just want to do that like in person. So that's gonna be really exciting. I'm also planning what I'm calling a conscious camping trip, which is going to be not an event, but like kind of like a little bit of retreat. We're gonna all go camping, and I'm hoping for like 10 to 15 people. I really want to work on this because it's gonna be so awesome. And we're gonna have different people there talking about different spiritual experiences and like what they like are sharing on the planet, and it's gonna be really, really amazing. So I think I'm going to channel there, which I wasn't planning on doing, but I think that's going to be, I mean, aside from like planning it and like doing meditations in the morning and the evenings and like kind of running the whole thing, I think I'm really going to do a channeling for everyone who's there, and you know, they can ask questions, and I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous, but I feel really like peaceful today, and really like, I don't know, I feel much more in the moment. Like, I feel like not fully, but like I'm kind of like mildly, like slightly in an ego death. Like, I'm just like really peaceful about a lot of things, and I really, it feels so good to be not feeling a lot of resistance to being my full self on the planet, you know, fully being expressive on the planet. And that was one thing I did remember from the channeling, kind of clearly, because it was about me. John Michael asked like why I was resisting, like why it was so like why I was resisting channeling while I was at Brooks's house, or I was kind of like awkward about it, and I'm trying to like piece together what they said. Something about that I wasn't honoring my full expression, that I still had uncomfortability, is that a word? Uncomfortability about fully being in my truth and allowing for my abilities to come forth, that there's, I still have a belief system that I won't be met fully with love in that space. And I think that's really interesting. And after exploring this with John Michael, because like I said, he was the first person I've like really channeled for like fully, where he was asking questions fully in the knowledge of what was coming through, that I was received with so much love and so much appreciation and so much like just like honor and respect, in the sense of like not thinking I'm crazy. And I feel like, wow, I can do this. Like, this is something I think I can do more flowingly. And it's really interesting because originally when Manali started channeling, or not started channeling, but when we started recording Manali's videos, she, like, what was channeled through was that like I wouldn't be doing the same thing as Manali, and you know, we'd be doing different things. And I kind of took that to mean that I wouldn't be channeling, that I'd be doing other things, maybe a little more like just knowledge based. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think what they meant, and I think I explored this more like after, oh god, my posture is like, I'm really working on my posture, guys. I'm always like, it's not so much how we get the information on the planet, but rather what we're speaking. And for Manali, she's really working on the physical aspects of people. You know, she does medical intuitive, she does medical intuitive, she's really looking into the body, she's really focusing on the human aspect of healing. And for me, my message is a lot about ascension and vibration when it comes to self-love and following the heart, and really about like soul purpose on the planet, really being your true self, where she's more about the physical and healing. So I feel like that's, you know, like that we have different messages, which I think is really, really exciting. Doesn't mean we might not be bringing them onto the planet in the same way, but they're very different messages. And so that's really, really exciting. I just completely forgot what I was going to say. I love that when we channel through what they are saying, sometimes we obviously in the moment don't quite know what they mean, or they'll say like, this is how it's going to happen. And it's really amazing to see that come through even when we have no idea what they're talking about. Like, they were talking about that me and Manali would have like we'd work together, and then we kind of split off and like do our own things, and I would be fully in my expression, she would be in hers. And we thought that meant that we were going to be together for a longer period of time, and then we'd split off, like not in a bad way, but just like going our separate ways in the sense of like what we're like focusing on. But that happened within like a month, and I was really surprised, and at first a little like, wait, shouldn't we be like actually creating together, because they did mention that. But now I'm so focused on what I'm doing, like I don't think I could, you know, do that with her in the sense of fully, you know, being present with her expression while I'm being fully present with mine. Like, I think that'd be like way too much of a distraction for me. So I'm like really happy that whatever was supposed to be, like, that it was played out and that we're now doing what we need to do. And that's super, super exciting. So I think I do want to start channeling for people, like, kind of slowly. I definitely want to, like, I don't feel like I need practice, because that's not really the point, because it's not really me, but just getting comfortable with doing it more frequently. So I think I'm going to do it with friends and family that are that I'm not charging, and I'm just practicing in the sense of being comfortable. And then I think I'm going to put that out. So for you guys who I know you are following my channeling, I know there's several of you that are like, wow, like, this is really cool. That will be something that I will be offering soon. So if that intrigues you, I will be putting it out. Like I said, though, like, I think I'm going to be doing it in person, probably more in, like, sessions. So obviously if you're far away, I won't be able to do that. But if I do feel at some point that I do want to do it over Skype, that might be something I can do as well. But I'm just putting that out, something, I'm going to be putting it out there that is something I want to do. I think that'll be amazing. It's so blissful for me. Like, I feel so in alignment with my true purpose, and it's blissful. It's like I'm not worrying about anything else. Like, I'm just fully present in my expression, and it feels so freaking good. And even today, like, I'm just feeling very, like, it's not, like, clear and, like, so, like, oh, I'm doing this. It's, like, clear as in, like, in the moment, present energy feels very free and relaxed and peaceful and light. I feel like I'm kind of slightly on a head high. So anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. That's really exciting. So I wanted to thank all you guys for coming along with me on this journey. Obviously, this is just the beginning. It's very, very exciting, but I just wanted to thank you guys for the support and the love, and just all the goodness. And I will be bringing more content to you soon. Saying it content seems kind of like, just bringing more information to you and more messages, and hopefully this is something that is helpful for you. Oh, totally forgot to mention, I have talked to John Michael, and it seems like he's on board. I found someone asking me questions, kind of like what I did for Manali, but maybe a little more relaxed. Someone asking me questions while channeling was amazing. Like, it just helped me flow, and even to have someone maybe on the camera so I don't have to, like, get out of that, like, space, I think would be really helpful. So you guys, like, I don't know when we're going to be able to do it, but if you guys have questions that you would like me to channel the answer for, kind of in the vein of, like, you know, what we're talking about and things like that, you know, soul path, different dimensions, all the good and yummy stuff. If you have questions, please comment them down below or on any video. I will see them, and, you know, as long as the comments aren't, like, a lot of comments, I will see them all, and I will try to pick some. And John Michael is going to help me do that. So he's actually going to be either in the video or behind the camera, and he will be asking me questions, and I think that's going to be really exciting. So if you guys have questions, I might be doing, like, a Q&A with the Feline Council or the Extraterrestrial Council that I communicate with. So if you have any questions, please comment them down below, and we will get to that at some point. Also, I'm going to be doing a Q&A of personal things. I have some questions that people have asked, and so I will be doing a Q&A, like, just me talking. So also, if you have questions for me, feel free to, you know, put those down below, but specify if you want them to be asked to the Feline Council or my council, or me from my Q&A. So just, like, you know, type, like, your Q&A, your personal Q&A, or the Feline Council. So, so yeah, so comment those down below if you're interested. Let me know. I've got so much stuff coming, you guys. It looks like I'm going to Comic-Con with John Michael. I'm so freaking excited because Matt Smith and the Salvatore brothers, Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder from the Vampire Diaries, like, guys, this is like total human moment. They're all going to be there, and so it looks like we're going to be able to go down to Comic-Con. I've never been to Comic-Con. I'm so freaking excited. Like, I am such a Doctor Who fan. Sorry, I'm going to... Spirit World, my world. Oh my god, you guys, I am a huge Doctor Who fan. Vampire Diaries has been for years, like, a show I watch. I actually can't watch it anymore because I tend to take on the personalities of shows I'm watching, and so I have to be kind of careful about the shows I watch, because, like, I will start, and I had, like, a whole phase in my life of, like, 4 or 5 years where, like, vampires were, like, my thing. and I like sort of identified as a vampire, kind of as like an alternate personality, not like in a weird sense, but just like I loved role playing, and I had a lot of friends who were like in that, and so I had my vampire days. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen my fangs and all that stuff. Woohoo! There's anyone doing spirit stuff, I feel like on some level has a very weird side. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like that's a thing. But anyway, so John Michael and I, it looks like we're going to be going to Comic-Con. I really hope that we can go. I don't know why we wouldn't. It's this Saturday coming up, so I'm really, really excited. We're going to get tickets and all that. So I might be meeting Matt Smith and Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder, and also the girl who played Amy Pond. Oh, God, what is her name? I feel like it's Helen something. Amy Pond and Captain Jack Harkness is going to be there, and I'm just like, okay, fangirling. I do fangirl hardcore. So, you guys, I will be vlogging that, obviously. So, you know, kind of like on a little bit of a different thing, because you know me, I attract so many spirit people into my life, so you just never know who I'm going to run into. So, you never know. We could have like a whole thing at Comic-Con, and anyway, so freaking excited about that. So that's just like a little side note. So anyway, I'm going to go eat food. I have tons of things to edit. I have things to ship out. I've got so much stuff going on. So much love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it's all about the soul journey.